In the last sessions, we started our revision of the fourth quarter. We start with the section 6.1, then section 6.2. Today, we will complete our revision with section 6.3, Mendel and heredity. Before the start, any questions about the last sessions, last revisions? Any questions? Guys, any questions?
No.
Okay. The voice clear for you?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Okay. Let's start with the first question. Today's revision. What is genetics? Who knows the answer? What is the genetics? Of the meaning of genetics?
It's the study of genes, the study of the inherited traits or something.
The second one.
What? The study of inherited traits?
Yeah, not the genes. Okay. Genetics study how the traits inherited from parents to offspring. How traits ممكن نقول based or passed from parents to their offspring. Okay. Whose early
Yes.
second one, whose early work in the basis for much of our current understanding of genetics.
Gregor Mendel?
Yeah, Gregor Mendel. Good. Third one, how did Mendel's views on inheritance differ from the views of many scientists of his time? There are different thoughts about the transmitted of traits. A scientist believed in some ways and Mendel believed in different ways. What the difference between their ways? What is the thoughts about the other scientists? And what is the thought about Mendel?
The
What?
Okay, I think in Huma, the other scientists, they thought that the traits from the parents and the mother would combine together to form someone, but he thought, I don't know, what did he think, to be honest?
Did you know the other scientists believed that the traits are mixed?
Yeah.
But Mendel thought that the traits.
The organism inherit 2 copies of each discrete unit. Just read it off the book.
Mendel believed that the traits are inherited discrete or as a segregation units, right?
Yes.
Okay. So guys, we have two different thoughts about the scientists and Mendel. The other scientists believe that the traits are inherited or not inherited, they are mixed. For example, one of the parents tall and the other one short, so the offspring will be medium size, not short, not tall, the mix it between them. But Mendel thought that the traits are inherited from both parents as a discrete unit or individual units or a segregation. Okay, that means the traits or the genes from the both parents are separated from each other. Okay, so that is the difference between the thoughts of Mendel and thoughts of other scientists. Next one. Number 4, ask about in designing his experiments, Mendel made three important choices that helped him see patterns of inheritance. In the table below, list Mendel's three choices and write an example of how he put each of these choices into action. We want three choices. Did you understand the question?
No.
Simply ask about the steps of Mendel's experiments.
Okay. اللي هو كان بيغطي البلانت عشان خاطر it doesn't get fertilized with any other thing or something إنه كان بيقطع الحاجات. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
remember.
Complete?
I don't remember exactly, but that's
Yeah, okay. Okay, listen to me. There are different or many steps, but the most of them, Mendel's,
I removed the male part of flowers and fertilized the female parts with pollen that contains sperm cells from a different plant.
remove the male organs, right?
Yes.
And cover the female organs, right?
Yes.
And what? Complete your answer.
Maybe because he like used pea plants. That's because like they're self-pollinated and they're like they reproduce quickly and stuff.
We don't ask about the why Mendel choose pea plants, you know?
The fact that he chose the pea plants.
Just choose pea plant, just
Okay.
without details. Okay? What else?
He chose the 7 traits. The 7 traits he chose to follow.
It is the same about the pea plant. We don't ask about the pea plant.
Oh.
Okay, listen to me.
Okay.
Firstly, EP ensure that the pea plant that used are pure or purebred. So he removed the stamens and covered the ovaries of the plant to prevent mixed pollination and self-pollination to be sure that all of the plants that used are pure. Then studied or choose the pea plant as Fatima said and choose the 7 pairs of contrasting traits like pea shape, pea color, flower color, pod shape, pod color, flower position, the plant height, and so on. 7 pairs of contrasting traits. And he allows self-pollination of the plant. Again, number 1, or you can write in number 4. He controlled the pollination by cutting or remove the anther of the plant or the stamens especially, and covered the ovary of the plant to prevent self-pollination and mixed pollination. Then he made sure that by self-pollinating, the plants are pure and studied 7 pairs of contrasting traits like pea shape, pea color, flower color, pod shape, pod color, flower position, and plant height. Okay, clear? Repeat it.
Yes. Clear.
Clear, Fatima?
Yes.
Okay. Number 7, why Mendel? Why did Mendel use pea plants? You can't say Fatima.
Because they're. Oh, can I say?
Yeah.
Okay, because they reproduce quickly and could easily control how they mate.
Mendel chose pea plant for different reasons. For example, pea plant the or its life cycle is very short, so it grow quickly or reproduce quickly and produce numerous number of generation, and the pea plant are hermaphrodite or bisexual. It means carry the male and female organs in the same flower, so it allows self-pollination and mixed pollination and have 7 pairs of contrasting traits. So he could control the mating. Repeat it. Repeat it.
No, it's clear.
Clear. Okay. Number 8. Fill in the sequence diagram below to summarize Mendel's experimental process. The first box, trait flowers resulting in first generation with dominant phenotype. So, what will we write in the second box? Third box resulted in first generation with both dominant and recessive phenotypes. And what will we write in the last box? Who know the answer? Who know the answer?
The F2 generation, they had both purple and white
second book,
flowers.
the second one. You ask about second books.
Yes, I think.
Okay. What do you want to say?
I'm saying that the second generation, they had both. No, wait, I don't know. Never mind.
Okay. To get the result of just dominant phenotype, so Mendel allowed the first generation to self-pollination. Again, if you notice that in the third books, these books, the generation or the second generation have both dominant and recessive. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. To get both of these traits, dominant and recessive, Mendel do what? Did you understand the question?
Yes, he allowed the F1 generation to self-fertilize.
Allow the parents or the offsprings?
The parents.
No,
The offspring.
the offsprings.
Oh, I see.
Listen to me. In the first
I mean, he allowed the parents of the F2 generation.
again, please.
I mean, he allowed the parents of the F2 generation.
No, not the parents.
Okay.
The parents in the first steps. Listen to me. The first books, the first generation are produced. Okay? Clear?
Yes.
So they are offsprings or parents.
Their offsprings.
Good. The second gap resulted from it, the second generation with both dominant and recessive. So they are offsprings, not the parents. The offsprings of the first generation are allowed to self-pollinate.
Okay.
You understand the experiment? Okay.
Yes, I understood.
Okay. So the second books, Mendel allowed the offsprings of the first generation to be self-pollinate, not mixed pollinate, self-pollinate. Okay. Why self-pollinate? Because all of them are similar.
Yes.
For example, to understand the height trait, for example, T capital, T capital, T capital, T capital. The first male, the second male. The result will be T capital, T capital, right? Okay.
Yes.
If it replaced
Yes.
T small, T small. So the result will be T capital, T small, right?
Yes.
This trait, dominant or recessive, T capital, T small.
The T capital dominant with T small recessive?
I ask all of them.
It's recessive.
No, trait. The first letter capital trait, dominant.
What? But like it hasn't appeared often.
Listen to me, Fatima.
What?
The recessive traits always pure, so they are small letters, not capital.
Okay.
Okay, T capital, dominant or recessive?
Dominant.
Dominant. T capital, T small, dominant or recessive?
Dominant.
Dominant. T small,
Recessive.
recessive. T small, T capital.
Recessive.
You are stupid. This is wrong.
يا مستر ما انت قلت لما تبدأ بتي كابيتال تبقى
I say T small, T capital.
Yes, T small T capital يبقى بدأنا بتي small.
No traits. No traits. We
What
start with the first letter. No, the dominant appears firstly.
Yeah, so it's
So this genotype are wrong. Okay, no T small, T capital. You got it?
okay.
So we just have the three genotypes: pure recessive, pure dominant, hybrid dominant. Okay,
What was the last one called again?
again,
التي capital T small دي اسمها ايه؟
T capital T small, this one,
Yes. اسمها ايه؟
hybrid dominant,
Hybrid.
which means carry dominant and recessive traits together. Okay,
Yes. Okay.
so the second books, he allowed the first generation offsprings to self-pollinate. So the result will be in the second generation, the pairs of dominant and recessive in a ratio of 3 to 1, 3 dominant, 1 recessive. And then we do what? The fourth box.
اللي هو the white the recessive trait is not disappearing, it has been hidden. What?
Okay. After the self-pollinated of the first generation offspring to produce the second generation, the last step, Mendel calculated the ratio of the phenotype just to know the ratio between dominant and recessive. Just okay. So in the last box, Mendel calculated the phenotypic ratio in the first generation. Okay.
Yes.
Number 9. Mendel concluded that traits are inherited as discrete units. What do we call the discrete units today?
Yes.
Traits.
No traits. Traits wrong.
Genes.
Genes. Maria?
Yes.
Okay, good. Genes,
Oh yes.
not traits. Okay. You got it, Fatima?
Yes.
10. What two conclusions make up Mendel's law of segregation?
Organism inherit 2 copies of each gene, one from each parent.
You read from the revision sheet or the book?
The book.
I want the answer from your mind, please.
I don't have an internal.
Okay, complete.
Organisms donate only 1 copy from each gene in their gametes.
Just explain his experiment, first law. They are 2 different traits from 2 individuals, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
it explains the traits inherited from different or both parents. And the first law explains that the first generation will carry the dominant trait, and in the second generation, the will appearance of the recessive trait
Recessive.
in the ratio of 3 to 1. Okay,
Yes.
you got it?
Yes.
Okay. 11. Segregation means separation. What is segregated in Mendel's law of segregation?
What is?
Which will segregate it? Which part? What is the thing will be separated or segregated?
In the recessive gene, the dominant gene. What?
All genes.
Is it like a gene or what is the answer?
All genes are segregated. Not
Yeah.
all genes. The discrete genes are segregated.
Yes.
Okay. The last one. What does purebred mean?
And it just like self-pollinated وكده. No,
Okay.
that's wrong. That's completely wrong.
The meaning
Oh,
of
it's like the first generation.
different
No, that's
generation.
false.
No, not different generation. Listen to me. The meaning of purebred, you can find it in your book, section 6.3. It means when a generation is self-pollinated at a long time, so it will have the same line, so they are formed a genetically uniform line of organisms. Genetically uniform, identical, not different. You got it?
Yes.
Repeat it or you got it?
Yes, I got it.
So the meaning of purebred, they are genetically,
Uniform.
yeah, uniform, similar. Okay? Genetically